Sim racers can drive real cars, Schumacher comparisons, Red Bull chaos. Max Verstappen's recent news are wild. We'll break down 4 recent news, and you'll see why he's unstoppable. You know how sometimes you dream about doing something wild? Well, Max Verstappen isn't just dreaming, he's making it real. Max has this crazy idea that's got everyone talking. He wants to take sim racers and put them in actual race cars. Can you imagine? It's like taking your gaming skills and using them on a real track. It's similar to how pilots use flight simulators, practicing for hours in a virtual cockpit before ever touching a real plane. Now, a lot of people think sim racing is just a game. They don't believe it can turn into real racing. But Max isn't listening to those doubters. He's got this plan for 2026, and he's not waiting around. It's starting next year already. Max is working with his buddy from Team Redline, Chris Lulham. Chris used to do karting, but then he switched to sim racing when he was 16. Max gets so excited talking about this. He loves seeing young talent go from the sim to a real car for the first time. It's like watching a kid's face light up on Christmas morning, but instead of toys, it's a real race car. This isn't just about racing anymore. Max is changing the whole game. He's opening doors for a whole new group of racers. Think about it. There might be some kid out there right now playing on their computer who could be the next big thing in F1. And because of Max, they might actually get a shot at it. Max isn't doing this just because he's bored or looking for something to do. He really believes in it. He knows that sometimes the craziest ideas are the ones that work. It's about giving people a chance they might not have had before. Some kids can't afford to start karting when they're young, but almost everyone can get their hands on a computer these days. He's thinking about the future of racing, and he's not just talking about it, he's actually doing something about it. That's what makes Max different. Red Bull started 2024 like a rocket. Max Verstappen was unstoppable, winning 4 out of the first 5 races. Everyone thought they had the championship in the bag. But then things got weird. Their simulation tools went haywire, like a compass spinning out of control. The team's predictions for track performance suddenly became useless. It was like trying to navigate a ship through a storm without any instruments. But Max stepped up big time. He became more than just a driver. He became the captain, steering the team through choppy waters. Christian Horner, the team boss, called Max's leadership inspiring. That's huge coming from a guy who's seen it all in F1. One of the engineers said, "Max kept us focused when everything was falling apart. He reminded us that we're still the best team out there." That's real leadership. Max didn't freak out or start pointing fingers. He kept everyone together, saying, "It's easy to lose your head and start stressing about everything, but I think we did very well to keep calm." And you know what? It paid off. Max won 2 of the last 4 races of the season. But here's the crazy part. When Max looks back at 2024, he's not most proud of the wins. He's proud of how the team stuck together through the tough times. This is what separates the good from the great. Anyone can win when everything's going right, but it takes something special to win when everything's going wrong. Max showed he's got that something special. You know how they say it's lonely at the top? Well, Max Verstappen's proving that wrong. He's not just winning races, he's leading his whole team through some tough times. And that's what's got everyone talking now. When a Schumacher talks about racing, you listen up. The Schumacher name is legendary in Formula One, with Michael's 7 world championships setting the bar for greatness. Now, his brother Ralf is weighing in on Max Verstappen, and it's making waves. Ralph's been around racing his whole life, seen the greats come and go, including Michael, but he's saying there's no one like Max in Formula One right now. That's huge. Ralph's comparing Max to Michael, the guy who changed F1. He's talking about how Max can take a car and do things with it that no one else can. It's like he's got some kind of magic touch. But Ralph's not sure if Max is on the same level as Michael. He says, "Sometimes I had it, and sometimes I didn't." That's Ralf being real. He's not just hyping Max up. He's trying to figure out what makes Max so special. What Ralph's really saying is that Max is unique. He's doing things in F1 that we haven't seen since Michael Schumacher. And that's not just about winning races, it's about changing the game. Max has won 4 championships in a row. That's incredible. Remember how we talked about Max keeping his team together when things got tough? That's part of it. But there's more. It's like Max has this X factor that even Ralf can't quite put his finger on. It's not just his speed, it's not just his leadership, it's something else. Maybe it's how Max always seems to be thinking ahead. Maybe it's how he pushes himself even when he's already on top. Or maybe it's something we haven't even figured out yet. That's what makes Max so exciting to watch. He's not just winning, he's changing what we think is possible in F1. So what's next for Max Verstappen? Will he break Michael's records? Or will he create a whole new benchmark for greatness in Formula One? Picture young Max Verstappen, a tiny racer in a big kart, hands gripping the wheel tight. He's ready to zoom past everyone on the track. But his dad, Jos, has other ideas. Not here, Max. You can't overtake here, Jos says, pointing to a specific corner. It's like telling a fish not to swim in certain parts of the ocean. Sounds crazy, right? But Jos had a plan. He wanted Max to really understand overtaking. Not just how to do it, but when and where. It was like teaching Max to play chess, not just move the pieces around. Each part of the track became a strategic decision point. Jos would map out the track for Max. Here, you can overtake. There, you can't. It was their secret code, and Max had to learn every inch of it. But Jos wasn't just teaching Max how to go fast, he was teaching him how to think. If he lost time during an overtaking maneuver, I tried to explain to him how to do it better, Jos said. If you lose time on the track, you didn't do it right. So Max wasn't just practicing overtaking, he was studying it. He was learning to watch other drivers, to spot their weaknesses. It's like he was becoming a racing detective, always looking for clues about how to get past the guy in front. And you know what? It worked. All those years of practice in karts, all those times Jos said no to overtaking, they all added up. Now, when people watch Max in Formula One, they think he can overtake anywhere on the track. Max reflects on this unique training. My dad's lessons made me see the whole track differently. Now I'm always thinking 3 moves ahead, like in chess. It's not just about being fast, it's about being smart. It's not a superpower. It's years and years of hard work. It's all those times Max had to hold back when he wanted to zoom past someone. It's all those lessons from Jos about how to do it right, not just fast. Max Verstappen is revolutionizing Formula One. His innovative approach, from bringing sim racers to real tracks to his intense training, showcases what it means to be a true champion. Next time you see Max on track, remember, you're witnessing history. Let his drive inspire you to push harder in your own life. Max isn't just winning races, he's redefining what's possible in Formula One. Who knows what records he'll break next, or how he'll continue to shape the sport?